Hello friends. I know this is a very informal way to start a video going to Ikea, but that's what we're going to do today, because while it is not a very festive thing to do during the holidays, I finally think I figured out how to organize my pantry. And when I get an idea in my head and I map out the instructions and the measurements, and I did all of it in my notebook, did it all right here. Now I can't unsee it in my head. So I went on to Ikea's website and I looked to see if they have the bins that I want. And I can't mail them to me, and the Ikea for me is like a half hour away. So I have to commit. I have to go into the store, I have to go and wander, I have to look at all the organization stuff, and my husband's not with me. Which kind of is like a, I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because Ikea with husbands are helpful in that, like, they're your manpower and like they can get stuff and pull it off the shelves and all that kind of stuff. We're not getting heavy stuff today, but he also likes end results, but he doesn't like to see how much I have to buy to get to the end result. So it's a good thing I'm leaving him home. So come with me, we're gonna head to Ikea. I had to pull over because I needed to get a new SD card in the camera in order to be able to film all of this. So we're gonna go to Ikea, and to see what trouble we can get into, we're getting all the organization stuff. And then we're gonna go home and pull the pantry apart and redo it. You ready? Okay, let's go. Conundrum, because this is what I wanted, and for some reason I thought it would be like bigger, because I like that there's like a lid that you can like stack them, but then you could still see what was inside it, right? And then like these ones would fit 5 across on my shelf, so these would be perfect, but they're tiny. Like I could put like 2 cans of soup in here, like they're tiny. So I kind of just underestimated that. And then this one, great, except I could only get 3 across with this one. And then I'd want to like maybe stack them, right? Like this one has a lid on it, but there's no lids for the large ones. And I also have that same predicament. Those ones are $4 a piece. These ones are only $2 a piece. So I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna do this one, but there's literally no lids. There's no lids anywhere, like none. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. There's only lids for like the big one right here, right there. This big, huge guy. So there's tons of these. Look, they're on this side, they're over here, but there's no lids. I'm kind of tempted to take them off of these buckets. I'm exhausted. I'm starving. My feet are killing me. I'm still in a predicament of not having lids for those one bigger boxes. But I did get those. And then I did get, I'll show you what I got at home. I'm not positive that the buckets I got for the pantry are going to work. I have to like rethink how I wanted to do it. Stay tuned. We're gonna go home and like tear apart the pantry, because that's literally what happens. You have to like tear things apart in order to like put it all back together the right way. So let's go do that. All right, we are back at home. Show you a little bit more of a display of the pantry as it currently is. Literally, this is like, I have not fudged it. Things are out of place that don't belong here. Clearly this can of green beans can't find a home, even though there's things of beans and cans right in front of it. 1 lone potato, 1 box of mac and cheese. Okay, so here's my vision for these. Then obviously we need to find a container for this rainbow pasta. I have a whole bunch of these in the garage as well, so they'll probably find a whole bin all of its own. And then, so this shelf, other than those 2 items, is pretty much set. I do have some pasta in here that I will try and see if I can get it fed into the other pasta buckets, but that one's fine. Cereal is fine, and this snack item goes down here into the snack bucket. That will get redone. This is not going to get solved today. All of this. I don't know what to do. If you guys have ideas of how to do baggies, I have no idea. This is not a solution. I can't stand this. And then this is our extra egg containers. We use these all the time, so they need to stay accessible. But like right now we have 3 extra ones that we're not using. So this shelf here is fine. Other than the baggy situation here, I have my protein drink powders right here, and the cereal buckets are always full of cereal. In fact, we have Cheerios to go into this one, and then I'll probably dump the Rice Krispies into this one. We'll probably make some holiday Rice Krispie treats because they don't like the flavor of the generic ones. My kids are weird. But this shelf down here is the main culprit, as well as this one down here. We're gonna start down here because it's a little bit easier. I think I'm going to take my Instant Pot. I don't use it as often. So I think I'm gonna move it down here to the floor and take that bucket there and remove it from the pantry altogether. And then this guy kind of has a better home. And then my mixer and all of its parts are gonna kind of find a better home. Part of the problem is that the toaster comes in and out all the time, and so you can't put anything on that part of the shelf, and thus the chip bag situation. There's always a chip bag in the way, as well as the parts that go to the mixer. Okay, then this shelf, again, these two are kind of the main culprits. This shelf is gonna get completely taken out and redone. And this is where I hope that I can figure out a good solution. Okay, here's what I got at IKEA. It is not what I went to get. It's not what I had in mind. It's not what I wanted. It is what it is. It also is what it is because I got these little Polly chocolates. This was an impulse buy at the very end of the day, and we're just going to set that there and think about that later tonight. I also just picked up a couple extra pairs of scissors because despite the fact that I think we ended up with like 12 pairs of kids' scissors at the beginning of school, I have no idea where any of them are. And now that we're starting to wrap Christmas presents, we're down to 1 pair. So this was $3 for 3 pairs. Whatever. Okay. So these buckets here on top are the only ones that they had lids for. This size right here is too small to deal with anything in this cupboard, but these buckets here will fit on the shelves. I've measured them and I think I can get 4 across. I think that's what it was, 3 or 4 across on the shelf. These guys right here, I can get 3 across and hopefully 2 deep in this cupboard. Up here I have water bottles. They're fine. And then here I have medicine bucket and half medicine bucket, half vitamins, half peanut butter. Kind of a mess. So we're gonna redo these 2 shelves, and if I can't stack those 2 buckets on top of each other, then I'm gonna move this shelf up. Because part of my problem is that Ashley and Chelsea, when they come to make a sandwich, they can't get out the peanut butter very easily, or it doesn't belong here anyway. So that's what I'm gonna try and figure out. I know it's logical to go ahead and leave these into the boxes that they come in, but I like things to be aesthetically pleasing as well, and I like to stock up as much inside the house as I can. So, and we go through these like crazy. I don't like it, but the kids do like them, and so I have a solution for this shelf as well. So now that we've chatted about it, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. So I think I'm gonna do this one first to make sure this one works, and then I'll do the pantry. Okay, first test, totally passed. I can get 3 across right here, so that's perfect. And the next test, ooh, I did it. I can get 2 stacked. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to put carnation drinks and the oatmeal into 2 of each of these. And I got 1 extra to stack on top so that we can store the extra packets in the top one or in the bottom one. Here, I'll just show you. That's very nice. I was able to open the second box of carnation we just got at Costco today, but the 1 box of oatmeal fit into both of these. And then that leaves 1 empty spot right here for just the peanut butter. Okay, so if I do that, then I can stick the peanut butter here. This is a crunchy. I'm gonna donate that to someone. We've got some extra honey there and there. So we can actually have something else in this bucket because it's not completely full. But this puts it on the side where Ashley can reach up and grab it easier. She can even grab the container itself and just set it down on the counter. And then she has access to that a little bit easier. Okay, so my bigger task is going to be going through the medicine bucket here. I went and got 3 more of these containers. We have to keep our painkillers kind of separate now because Jason can't have, I don't remember which one it is, ibuprofen or aspirin or something because of his acid reflux. And so I want to keep them kind of separate, like so vitamins separate. These gummy vitamins don't need to be in this huge large container. So I'm going to go through this and sort it out. Oh, there's also like allergy medicine. There's actually quite a few allergy pills. So we're going to sort this into 3 little containers that are easier for the girls to find. I just think that I can label them here on the outside and I can say go get the pain pills, and they can pull this out and they can look at it and see what one they, you know, I always tell them look for acetaminophen, look for ibuprofen. And so if it's in like one set place for pain medication, it'll be easier. And then the vitamins can be in a completely different one. Okay, that worked out perfectly. I've got the vitamin C packets right here along with some probiotics, all kind of a vitamin-y feel. Then I've got our cold medicine on this side. I've got some like Theraflu packets here to make drinks with, along with some Chloraseptic drops. And then I've got all the allergy pills and ibuprofen on this side. And then right down in there, I think we had an old container that the lid broke or something. And so I think these are acetaminophen. I'm not positive. I know that they're pain pills. We have to be careful with them because Jason can't take like one or the other. So we always have to look up what number it is and then he can decide which one he can take. And then that's just one last multivitamin that was in the container and one last ibuprofen. And that's just one more vitamin D drop. And I just know that that's what it is. So I'm going to stick that down in there. So look. Yes. I don't know why I like this so much. We got all 3 of those and I pulled these out front so that the girls can see them, but I will label each bucket as soon as I get done. Okay, we have cleaned everything out that I'm going to clean out, minus that and that. Okay, straightened up a little bit more, tucked away some plates and some cups and some utensils into that bucket up there. Then all of these are empty. I do have an empty chocolate chip bucket up there. I think I'm gonna fill. I think I have some out in the garage. It's just dangerous to do because then they start eating the chocolate chips and I need them for baking. So then down here, I have one bucket that I'm going to put that rainbow pasta in, and then the other ones are all full and they're fine. Cereal, I can grab the Cheerios and put into that bucket. And again, we're ignoring this one. So all you need to do here is put the buckets in and try and figure out the layout. And I also need to sweep out and mop that lower area. Also, this is what Pandora's box looks like when you open it. Oh, this is the scary part. Alright, so I have these little holders from the dollar store and the little can things that I used to use for cans, and now I've got them all with the granola bars, but they'll fall through this little shelf that we have. So I have cardboard, and then I've kind of had to cut out that little thing there. Otherwise these fall through in the very back. So then got that one there, and then that guy there. So then we can put these in just like that. So then when the kids say there's no food, I can say, yes, there is. This is all you eat. Okay, we're working our way, and despite the fact that I don't want to leave these in this bucket, I did organize it and condensed. Now I have 2 rows of tin foil and 2 rows of the parchment paper, and then baggies here and sandwich baggies can go on top. They get used the most. Leave that open so they can get to them. And then the lid goes back on. I'm all done. But I'm very tired and very hot and sticky. My feet are sticky, but all done. Look how nice it looks. All right, starting on the top shelf, just got my normal buckets. I'm not going to fill my chocolate chips right now because my kids will eat them. And I'm not gonna start baking quite yet, so I'm just gonna leave them in the garage. So now I know I need to stock up on oats because we like to make no-bake cookies. So I'm just gonna tuck that back in there, and as soon as I fill it up, I will pull it out front. And then here on the second shelf down are my buckets of pasta and a few crackers and granola. You can see I've got lasagna noodles in here, then rice, fettuccine noodles. We have shell pasta and rainbow pasta, and then this one has my excess lasagna noodles, some popcorn, and some extra kind of pasta. I forget what kind it is. Then there's some hard shell tortillas here and 3 potatoes. On the third shelf, I've got all of our cereal. I filled up these 2 with Cheerios, and I've got Honey Bunches of Oats and some Rice Krispies. Then here is my peanut butter fit and my protein powder for breakfast drinks. And then down here on this shelf is all canned goods. And this is why I want to get the lids eventually, because I want to be able to put the lid on and stock up double. Have the bottom one be like the food storage, and then the top one have it be accessible. So I've got green beans, and then this is kind of a mix and match. I've got soups, tunas, and chicken, and then I've got some evaporated milk, 1 can of chili left, and then these are all pumpkin mixes. Then over here I've got olives and pineapples. Okay, then this bucket is really just miscellaneous, but it's all stuff that didn't really fit on the shelf before. So now it's kind of contained. I can pull it in and out if I need to, but it's just kind of random stuff, extra stuff. And I actually should pull some of the stuff from the garage too, and actually put the pasta sauce in the garage because it fits better in the garage. And then right here I have a little snack central. You saw how I set that up, and now the kids can easily get to that. And it left this bucket open for chips. It never really had a place before, so now it does. Okay, down here on the floor I have my Instant Pot in the back corner. I don't get that out too often, but it is accessible. This KitchenAid is always in the way, but it does stay tucked in that corner right there. The problem is that all the parts that go with it are pretty bulky for my drawers, and so I actually have them in that plastic bag right here, and I wanted to be able to get to it. So I put it in a bucket along with my vinegar, but then again I can tuck it and push it back in, and that's easier. Same with my toaster. Now the kids can pull the toaster out, use that, and then I also have 2 jars of old oil that I can use later on, and I just tuck it right back away. But I would say that's quite successful and very organized, as best as I can. It's not my dream pantry by any means, but I do like how it turned out. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little clean and clean out my pantry with me. I am happy with how it turned out. The other cupboard over here was one that was kind of driving me nuts too, and whether my husband thinks that it should have been done in the first place is beside the point, because I like how organized it is. And this is my little Ashley here. Can you get to the peanut butter easier? You wanna look? Can you get to that easier? A little bit? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, right? So I just wanted to make it easier for the kids to get to, have everything kind of a central location. This is kind of breakfast corner. They always have something for breakfast. They always make the sandwiches from this bucket. Anyway, I just wanted to organize it and make it a little bit nicer. So thank you for watching. If you have any organization tips that you want to share with me, like if there's something in here that you think could be done a little bit better, I am open to it. I'm always open to new ideas of how to like organize and make things a little bit better. So you can leave your comments down below. I'm just glad it's done. So thank you for watching, and make sure you click subscribe and come back for more. We're just gonna do Christmas stuff from here on out, but I do enjoy organizing our kitchen. My family, they're ready for me to be done with the camera. Jason just like walked through. Have a good night.